Hey y'all, it has been another rainy week here at Pemberley, Oklahoma. We've had several days with just buckets of rain pouring, and then the sun comes out and it gets really, really humid. And so the plants are just going crazy. And, and so we were trying to take a picture for this week's cover photo for this week's chapter. And so we've been dodging the rain with that. So, it got very humid. So now my hair is frizzy. But I'm seeing Lauren tomorrow. She will sort all that out. So because we've had so much rain, we did not, you can't get out there and mow. So only parts of the garden got mowed this week. And also, stopped me from working out in the garden several days. Oh, hummingbird doing a flyby. So anyhow, lots and lots of rain. But fortunately, I got the book porch cleaned up, tidied up, so I can have my camera underneath the overhang and shoot here. So what's been going on this week? Quite a lot of it. So on Friday, I was interviewed for the local paper. They have it's in the lifestyle section, and they, different people in the community who have a variety of interests. So, I think it went well. A little nervous because, it's something you have absolutely no control over, when it comes out or, all the things. So hopefully it went well. But also because this reporter was coming to my house, I had to give the house a good clean this week. Like I'd been outside so much in the days before that. It was just a mess. So that was Friday. And then Saturday, it was holiday weekend. So we had some friends over, and had burgers. And then Sunday, the nibblings were here the whole weekend too. So Sunday we were working on some projects. Unfortunately, the project that I alluded to last week that hopefully it was going to be done for this week, we've had a little setback. And so it's probably going to be a couple more weeks before that is completed. I've been taking video all along. It'll get done. It'll get done soon, but yeah, we're going to stop thinking, oh, it's going to be this week or no. It'll get done. It's going to be done. And then Monday, I was a guest on my friend Amanda and Claire. They have a podcast called Fictional Hangover. The only cure for a fictional hangover is another book. And so they were celebrating their 400th episode. So they had myself and a few other super fans on, and we reminisced and it was so much fun. And then when I was done, I came out and I had lunch was cooked for me. Auntie life. Yes, it's indeed is so good. So so a little behind the scenes on the channel. I like to have my videos completely done and uploaded by Wednesday evening to YouTube. And then I set them to go live at 7 a.m. on Friday mornings. So that gives me some time to watch the video for myself and make sure I didn't do something, just mess something up or, technical difficulties, whatever it is. So I like to do that. So depending on the week, sometimes I will just shoot little segments of things I'm doing all through the week. And then other times, if I've really got something in mind that I want to talk about or show or something, I may just set up and do all of that on Monday and then edit on Tuesday and upload on Wednesday. So this week, because it was a shorter week, less time, and then also the rain, it has factored into that. So, but fortunately, like I say, we've got the book porch cleaned off and ready so we can stand here and talk. So that's what's been going on this week. So I feel like I haven't spent hardly any time in the garden this week, but I have managed to get a few things accomplished. So let me show you what those are. We nearly let our tomatoes get away from us. I was just saying I needed to add the next extension of my Texas tomato cages, and then we got a ton of rain, and then it got warm really quickly. And I swear they grew a foot in 2 days. So niece Jen came out and helped me Sunday, and we put the extensions on. We gathered up the tomatoes and kind of tucked them in as best we could. But over here on this side, you can see some of them are still kind of popping out. They're not inside the cages. That we're just going to have to keep weaving them up and in. But yeah, they are going to town. Look, 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 look. Those are my favorite sun sugar. So tomatoes soon, tomatoes soon. But yeah, so don't be like me. Get your tomato cages on really early so that you don't end up breaking some limbs and things trying to get them in. And it also appears that we have had some visitors to the garden. So, yeah, there has been some munching happening. So, also my cucumbers are going to town. Yes, we lost a bit, but I'm sure we'll have plenty. I already harvested 3 or 4 that I'm going to have a cucumber sandwich, but we are going to be pickling very soon. So we need to weave those up into their cages. My sugar snap peas, yep, somebody munched on those. We'll see what we can do about this. Kind of keep them up in the trellisy things. Maybe that will help some. But it's kind of life in the country. You have critters. So, and then this is my little melon. It's going crazy. I've got to get it woven up onto its trellis. We've added a little more. These are just, these right here are just some shelving that we zip tie together and use. The basil, look at the basil's looking nice. Having a little bit of bug damage on my peppers, and they were just particularly blown over in the storms. So we've got some little cages around them, and yeah, some peppers. We are about to be picking all sorts of produce. And yep, there's some more evidence of somebody munching. And my lettuce looks like it's getting ready to bolt. That was not eaten by critters. That was eaten by us this weekend when we had burgers. I had enough lettuce in the garden for everybody to have some on their burger, and there were just 11, 12 people here. So yeah, we had plenty. Cilantro is starting to try and bolt. But we did use some of that for tacos on Monday. And then the dill is looking good. Oh yeah. And even the rhubarb has perked up a bit. So yeah, we do need to get out here and work tomorrow. And a good thing I got a picture of this the other day for Flower Friday. Because, yeah, life in the country. And I did sprinkle some like dear go away stuff here on these daylilies, but apparently it wasn't enough. This particular daylily, I have no idea of the variety. It is a pass along. My sister-in-law gave it to me. She got it from her mother. I had it at the other house. And it never really performed that well at the other house. It was in a bed and it just never really, I don't know, got its feet down and in there. But here, it's just gorgeous. And hopefully we'll get to see a few more blooms. And the zinnias are beginning to bloom. That's a pretty one. It's got some different colors on it. And we have this bright orange. And looks like we got a yellow one over there as well. And there's the yellow one. So yeah, yay zinnias coming on. Well, I don't want to say it too loud and jinx myself. At least they didn't get to these. These are another pass-along daylily. Have no idea what they are. They were from my garden club. They were in front of our clubhouse. We had some and we divided them up and had some in the garden. And so I brought them here to the new house and I put all the stuff all the irises and the daylilies were just jumbled up. So I planted them out in the back border until they bloomed to see what they were. And then I started moving them around. So I've added this little bunch here. I just really like it. Although I'm probably going to need to rethink the daylily situation with the deer. But we shall see. But right now, that one's very pretty. I don't remember if I showed this to you all or not. But we've added another magnolia. Apparently the birds really like it. So yeah, it's got some new growth. This is the really large, get that where you can see it, D.D. Blanchard Southern Magnolia. We had one planted on the other side of the property and it decided it didn't want to live here. So then we replaced it with a different variety over there, but we found it one the other day. And so added this one in, and then we've added one other tree in. Let me show you it. And we've added this tree. So I'm over on the other side of the property where we have a pecan grove and a whole bunch of trees and whatnot. And I don't come to this side of the property nearly as much because the blueberries and everything are over that way or that way. But anyhow, this little guy, look at this, is a little oak tree that apparently Mr. Henry Nutney's ancestor planted in the back border, and it was leaning it was right at the edge. It was leaning over, and it was just in the wrong place. So I dug it out, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it, but I've had it in a bucket of water for several days, and it appeared to be doing fine, so we got it planted. So yeah, this will be the Henry Nutney Memorial Oak Tree. So one of my long-term goals is to identify all the trees on my property. Some of them I already know what they are. Others are a little more difficult. But this one right here is one of my absolute favorites. Look how tall it is. There's pecan trees back behind it. But this is a sycamore, and I just love it. I think it is such a cool tree. There's one on the other side of the property as well. And if you hear some noise that I can't edit out, the neighbors are playing pickleball. I just love the leaves on these. I think they're just such a cool, and I love the color. They're just one of my favorites. And then you have the bark. It's so Such a cool, interesting bark. Look how tall that tree is. Oh my goodness. So yeah, one of my favorites, sycamore. And since we were checking in on trees, I thought I'd come over and check in on Onife. This is the other magnolia we added. This one has more of the lime green leaves. So yeah, we got some spotty bits, but also we got some new growth happening right there. So yeah, Onife's looking pretty good. Let's go over and check on Altamae. And Altamae is looking good too. This is a tulip poplar tree. She's got a lot of new growth on her as well. And in case you're wondering, so this is the first one we added, and we named it Altamae after himself's grandmother. And then we added magnolia, and we named it Onife after my grandmother. So I guess the new magnolia the little one that we just planted over in the pecan area, I guess we're going to have to call that one Lola May for himself's other grandmother. You were running out of grandmothers. Well, the pond is full, but it's been really still today and hot, and the willows have all been shedding. So it's looking a little brown. But at least there's water in it. And as soon as we get a little more, we're supposed to get more rain, and once the wind moves, it'll look a lot better. They're starting to close up now, but I made up some little succulent containers for down here by the pond. I have one on each of the tables. And Portulaca, I guess I really should learn which one of those is the correct pronunciation. I always thought it was Portulaca, but I've been hearing Portulaca lately. But yeah, really like the hot pink. And those are nice because they don't have to be watered much, and I can just set them down in the pond for a little bit and let them get a little water. So yep, we're venturing on out to the pocket prairies. We're starting to get some white flowers in the pocket prairies. Now, coming out this time of night, often there's some things that just close up when it gets toward this time of day, but it's a great time to come out because it's not so bright, and the things that are open you can really see quite well. So we've got these little white ones. I'm pretty sure that those are in the aster family, but we will double check and find out. But yeah, it's looking very nice. Looking good out here on the prairie. He did get this side mowed, you can see. It looks so nice. So I don't know if we've talked about it, but the idea behind a pocket prairie, and this was something that I learned at a Master Gardener convention years ago. There was a woman doing a presentation, and the idea behind pocket prairies is that, especially in an urban setting, you don't really want a bunch of a weedy mess up by your front door. And so the idea behind the pocket prairie is that you pick a spot and you mow around it and make sure that people can tell it's meant to be, that it's not just a field of weeds, that it is meant to be there to show the various native plants. I love that. We're just going to stroll along here. I love paintbrush. I love that I have enough space that I can have these, let's see, pan up there, that I can have these pocket prairies out here, and then I can do more traditional things up by the house. So it's a nice mix. There's some more white flowers. have to figure out what those are as well. So it doesn't matter what size your garden is. Whether you live in town or in the country. I mean, I'm in the country, so I have room to have a good sized pocket prairie. But this is something you can also do in town. You simply have to make people realize that's what it is that it's meant to be. And the way you do that is keeping it trim and tidy around the edges. And then if somebody says, hey, what's going on there? You go, that's a pocket prairie. And most people will go, oh, that's interesting. So yeah. So whatever size space you have, if it's 3x3 or 6x8, you can do a pocket prairie. Got some, apparently we got some moles or armadillos or something out there. Plenty of creatures. Oh, there's a pretty grass. One of the things I really love about pocket prairies is it gives you a realistic way to add native plants in your garden. Because it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can plant natives. You can also have more formal areas. You just have to find some balance. Like everything in life, find some balance. And this is the creek that runs out from our pond and then runs down into the other neighbor's pond. And we just keep this area wild and native and let the critters roam. There's willow trees. There's all sorts of grasses. There's some button bush things in there. But yeah, I think I hear a bunny in there. There's some wild blackberries down in there. All sorts of things grow various times of the year. Ginormous rock. There's some bone set in there. There's some goldenrod. Not really anything very showy right now. But yeah, it's a nice little area. We just keep it natural. I mean, it kind of curves around here by the road, so it gives us a little... Oh, I just saw a firefly. It's getting dark. Yeah. Some poison ivy. Oh, wait, no, that's Virginia creeper. Okay. So yeah, we just keep this little area, and you can see there's some water down in there. It's a creek. Flows over into the neighbor's, as I say, neighbor's pond. So yeah, we just keep this area, we just let it go wild. Gives a little seclusion to our property and gives a place for the critters to live. Oh, fireflies are out. Fireflies are out. Walk around this. Oh, okay. Be very, very quiet. And we might see Bun Bun. Hey, Bun Bun. How's it going, girl? Yeah, it's a fairly nice evening. I was going to walk around and show people that way, but you know, if you don't want me to walk past you, I can go up and around. We'll go up and around. So we have detoured around Bun Bun. I just saw a frog on our nature walk. So yeah, there's water down in there. It's just a wild area, and you know, you've got to learn to make... Do I hate that the deer chomped on my daylilies? Yes, I do. But you also have to leave space for nature. So I try to have a bit of both in my garden. And then we're on the other side of the creek, And then up there are my pocket prairies. So it's getting dark. We've done our dusking, our evening walk. So yeah, we're gonna head in to the house, and tomorrow we'll be back out here. So yeah, it's been a busy few days, but like I say, we did get a few projects done. I'm really proud of how the book porch turned out. I've got new cushions, and they also I do still need to put a plant over there because I have a lot of houseplants that I normally bring out here, but I haven't brought any out because I kind of like where they are in the house. So I got to decide which ones need to come out here and which ones stay inside. So yeah, it's been a busy few days. Oh, there's a dog. I don't know whose dog that is. Okay, you. Nice to see you. Are you just gonna sit there and okay? I don't know who this dog is. Yeah, you don't look familiar. And no, I do not need you to sniff me. Okay. Just, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. With the tail wagging. Okay. Wow. We got a dog. We got an extra dog on the porch. We got some bugs. Yeah. All the things today. And as you saw in the video, we had visitors, and they did a little munching on my daylilies. But fortunately, I got the picture of them the first day they started blooming, and so you can see that here on YouTube's community tab, and also on Pemberley, Oklahoma Instagram. And yeah, so next week will be June. Oh my goodness. So I'm sure there will be some what's blooming, although I have, and there's going to be a little special announcement next week as well. So yeah, I'm going to go in and get away from this smelly dog. I don't know whose dog it is. I do know most of the neighbors' dogs. I know their names and that sort of thing. I don't know this one. I don't know who he belongs to. So, anyhow, we're going to go in. We're going to get this uploaded. And happy Flower Friday. And I will see you next week.